Hey guys, welcome down to Cotswold Hills Golf Club and my new series, Swing Envy, and today we are talking about Mathew Wolff. So guys, welcome to my new series. It's called Swing Envy. We're talking professional golfers, golf swings. We're going to have a look at them, what they do well, what might work for you, what might not work for you, what might work for me, the things I like about them, things I don't like about them. Now, one thing to mention is these swings all work for these players. Obviously, they're professional players. They are very, very good golfers. Nothing to take away from that. And some of them are very quirky, some of them are more traditional. So what should you look at when looking at these swings which you could put into your game? So if you haven't met Simon before, he's been on my channel a few times, one of my mates. We're just going to have a little chat about Mathew Wolff's golf swing, the things we like, the things we don't like. Pretty quirky golf swing. So for those of you who don't know, Mathew Wolff has been a great college player for the last few years. He has won a bunch of NCAA titles and just won the NCAA individual men's individual thing.
Nice one.
Yeah.
It's a good title, that. It's a bit long-winded. I
That's
find it hard to put it on a trophy, but
it's the official title. NCAA men's individual thing. It's fair to say he's a pretty talented golfer. He is from a baseball background. That's how his swing actually originated. He's very athletic. Another thing to mention, which is very important when looking at his golf swing, because if you were not athletic, I would not recommend trying this swing out whatsoever. And even for me, I spend a lot of my time playing sports, working out, but I could not do this swing. I could not pull it off. I do not have the flexibility to be able to do it. If you didn't catch up with the golf last weekend, Mathew Wolff, amazing win, made eagle on the par 5 18th hole, after Bryson DeChambeau had just made eagle to win his first ever PGA Tour title, and it was only the third tournament he's actually played in on the PGA Tour, so didn't take him long to get started. If you haven't seen his golf swing, take a look at this. So, as we have a look at Matt's swing, first thing to mention is he has this preset drill, this trigger movement, which was originally a drill given to him by his coach George Gankas, who he's been with for 7 years, and is originally actually started to help him out with alignment. So he's going to preset his impact position, he's going to have a look at his target where he wants the ball to go, and then he's going to jump straight into his swing. And as we see him take the club away, obviously he takes the club away straight out. He basically takes it up and over his head to the top of the backswing. Now, a lot of people say he has a club face very closed, but as you look at him from the top of the swing, the club face actually still matches up with his left arm. He has the club very across the line and his right elbow very far away from his body, what most people would say. But George likes this in a lot of his players because he feels like it helps them then shallow the club and get more rotation through the golf ball. So from the top of the backswing, we see him bring the club down, huge amount of shallowing going on, gets his body and his hips very cleared out the way, huge amount of rotation. This is one reason I couldn't, and you probably couldn't either.
I couldn't get anywhere near this.
No, I could not do this golf swing, and might not work for you, because to be able to make that move, you have to have a huge amount of mobility and flexibility in your hips, your joints, your muscles, everything. And for me, I don't have it. I would, if I tried this swing, tried to make it work for me, I'd probably be injured within a week. So he clears his hips and his shoulders out really quickly, and then everything else fires through at the same time, almost like a whipping watch as he comes through impact, his hips and shoulders won't actually rotate too much more after impact, but the club and his arms will then catch up with the rest of his body. From after impact, he doesn't actually turn his hips very much, so they actually finish pretty much pointed at the target. This is a hugely powerful golf swing. You'll notice as he comes through impact that his left foot jumps up and out the way, and he actually rips up the ground with it. So he's using the force from the ground to create a huge amount of power to really hit up on the golf ball, and he absolutely bombs it. He hits it a mile, regularly hitting it between 320 to 360 yards, and yeah, it's hugely impressive. I hope one day I get to see him hitting it at the range, on the course, anything.
I think one of the key things as well for Mathew Wolff is he's got so many different bits about his swing that people say are unorthodox, or that is slightly different, not your standard golf swing, but he does it all for a specific reason, and they all kind of come together to form what is a great golf swing.
Yeah, the most important thing is that he's matched up. He does all these quirky things, but they're completely balanced. He does them for a specific reason, and he is coached by George Gankas, who is probably one of the best golf coaches in the world now. If you haven't seen George Gankas, I highly recommend you check out his Instagram. I'll put a link to it below, and also check out Mathew Wolff, so I'll put it right there next to it. And George likes in his players a huge amount of rotation, this athletic motion that, they're using the ground really well, they're using their bodies really well, and they're letting their rotation take them through the golf ball. They're not trying to hit at it with their arms, their hands, anything like that. It is about using the body to its best potential, and his players hit it a long way. He's worked with players like Adam Scott, Bubba Watson, Padraig Harrington, Danny Lee, some really impressive big names, and all these guys hit it a country mile. Padraig Harrington specifically came to George because he wanted to hit the golf ball further. He just wanted to increase his swing speed, basically. And he's definitely done that. He's back up there now, he's playing a lot. He led after round 1 of the Irish Open last week.
But it's also gaining this distance without losing their accuracy as well. So someone like Mathew Wolff, if you saw any of him play this week, he was absolutely peppering all the pins. He's still got that accuracy even with that combined distance and power. I mean, that's so important with a golf swing.
Yeah, Mathew Wolff, I think this week led the field in iron play. He absolutely peppered the flags. He was very long off the tee, pretty accurate as well, but he just, with his iron play, his wedge play, he was getting the ball so far down there. He had very short irons into these flags, and if you didn't see his shot on the second hole in the final round, basically nearly holed it, pitched it a few yards past the pin, spun it back, and it lipped out. And get used to seeing Mathew Wolff's golf swing, because he's going to be around for a long time. It hasn't taken him long to win on the tour. I don't think it'll take him long to win a major. My one concern about his golf swing and about him, and it's something that I have the same concern about Cameron Champ, and has already kind of proved to be a little bit of an issue with him, which is injury. And these guys, they fire so hard through the golf ball, their lower body clears out the way so fast, and they get so much separation between the lower and upper body that that really does, in a repetitive sport like golf, that really does take its toll. And my one concern is that he would have some sort of injury which could put him out of the game, much like Tiger Woods did in his career.
Or Jason Day, great example.
Jason Day,
such an athletics player, but he spent so much time on the injury table.
Another great example, yeah, absolutely. Cameron Champ's just been out with injury for 2 or 3 months, I think, something like that. Hits it a mile, absolutely bombs it, and he gets into a very similar position through impact as Wolff does. Lower body really cleared out the way. It's just difficult. It's so difficult because you're putting so much strain on your body. It's hard to know when something isn't going to just snap. And for Mathew Wolff, he will be doing a huge amount of work, I'm sure, with physios, with personal trainers in the gym to make sure that doesn't happen. And I hope for his sake it doesn't happen, because he is amazing to watch. He is such a great talent, and guys, thank you very much for watching my new series. Plenty more videos coming out talking about all types of golf swings, all on the PGA Tour, European Tour, some of the best golfers in the world, why they do the things they do, and how it can help you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.